Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at the differences and similarities between the European and Australasian exclusive motivator figures from 1991 and the Japanese exclusive victory figures Rhodes Caesar from 1989. So, I suppose the main reason this video has come about, it's a great idea from one of my subscribers called Pathosis, and I hope he enjoys this very much. So what we've got here is two sets of pretty much identical, just slightly redecoed figures. And again, they were released in different parts of the world, had different names, and one set could combine and the other couldn't. So what we're going to start off with first and foremost, we're going to start off with Lightspeed. Now this is already confusing because Lightspeed already had a Generation 1 figure, which was of course this guy. So not to be confusing him at all, we're going to move him out of the way. So Lightspeed was the European name, and fully enough, this is the only one I haven't got a box of. They still had the gimmick known as the Brainmaster gimmick, where I open this down and close it up, you'll see the face appear perfectly. And as I say, it was a redeco of the Japanese exclusive figure that was Braver. Where's Braver gone? There we go. So this is the Japanese version, this is the European. So you can see that there's already mainly differences in the paint apps. We've got the main red for the body, and then we've got the blue chest there, completely different colors. And also you've got different Brainmaster colors as well. So we've got blue and red, and we've got red, and I suppose this turquoisey color that it is. So let's fold these up and leave them like that. What I'm going to do now though, I'm going to take off some of the kibble. Now the differences again was the amount of accessories that come with him. This guy did come with a sword, but unfortunately I haven't got it. And here is Braver's Japanese box, and there is the alternate mode. You can see came with the Brainmaster, and it did come with a blue sword, which again I haven't got in this. I've got it combined, I'll show you in a second. But it also came with this combiner kibble, which was on the side. They used it as a shield. I'm going to take it off him because I'm going to be using it in a second to combine the European exclusives. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. So there we go, there is Lightspeed and there is Braver. I'm just going to put, as I say, in fact let's just move them both pretty much out of shot, but still there. Now we're going to move on to Flame, which was the European version's name, and Laster, which is the Japanese version's name. So again, you've got the yellow, I think it's a Lamborghini to be honest, main color. You've obviously got the black inside there for the main chest, and it's a pinky color, isn't it, to be honest. These both have swords, but here's the differences. So this is the European box. Everything was held together there inside by tie wraps, etc. You can see that the only accessory really that they came with was they called them an energon minifigure and a sword, but no other combiner kibble at all. And then we've got this European story on the back. If you'd like to pause that there, you can read that for yourself. So of course this is Flame. I'm just going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to show you the Japanese equivalent, which was Laster's box. And on this you can see again it's showing off the Brainmaster gimmick image, and you've got the kibble which is there for the combiner, and again I'm going to use that. Now the story on the back of this was 1989, and it was released as part of the Victory cartoon, which you can see some of the characters you may be familiar with already now, like Star Saber and Desirous, etc. What I also want to show you, I suppose, is the difference in the size of these boxes. So what I'm going to need to do is move the figures just for a second, because again the European ones were huge, even though the figure was only just tied in. Oops, the Japanese one was smaller in height, smaller in width, everything to be honest, and that just because it had a polystyrene insert. So let me bring these guys back up, move the boxes out of the way, and we can have a quick look. As I say, we've already done these ones. I just want these to balance, which of course they don't on carpet. Let's leave them there. In fact, if he doesn't balance, I'll put him there. So let's bring the yellow guys back up, Flame and Laster. So what I'm going to do now, of course, is take the kibble off this, because I'm going to be using it again to help build up this guy. So let's move him to the side. The swords as well could also combine. It was brilliant how many things you could do. So the final European ones that we've got, let's just move these around, was the Japanese name was Blacker, and the European Australasian name was, oh, Gripper. I'm knocking all these over, I'm not bothered. We just want to see these ones here. Now the biggest thing you can see is on this, the arms are pulled out. Now you can actually do this with Gripper, but I've never seen any images of it with that. I double checked if mine would even do that. That's why I've just clipped that back in. Ironically enough, they've got the same coloured swords, and they've also got, you know, brain masters and everything else, but this was the only accessory that this guy came with. Here's his particular box. So there's Gripper's box. Now, funnily enough, the Japanese version of Gripper's box is way, way bigger. And the reason for that is because of all of the combiner kibble that came with it. So you can see it's much thicker for a change. There you go. Good centimetre or so, probably about an inch thicker. Because with Gripper, all you had was the energon figure and the sword. Whereas with Blacker, you had the huge shield, you had the weapon, and I'm pretty sure with this guy as well, you had the head, which was the twin gun. Let's just have a quick check, because I just took it out and yes, it went in there. So this is the head, which I'm going to show you now, which also doubled up as a gun. So loads of differences, and the weirdest thing is there's just no real reason why they didn't, I suppose to my knowledge, put all the kibble stuff with it. So this is the head, which you can fold over. Oh, I don't have much luck with some of my vintage figures. I'm just going to carefully rest that there, and you've got the little notch there. So if I wanted to take Gripper's hands, which is pretty much the same as Blacker, it will double up as a gun. I'm going to rest it on top of there because it's just going to go in. In fact, I'm just going to keep it safe. There we go. So the rest of the kibble I haven't got any spare of, but I've got Rhodes Caesar there. So this is the combined form, which you can see of. Let's move the European ones out of the way. So this is the combined form of Blacker, Braver and Laster, which is again 1989, and that's how they were released. Also guys, I forgot to mention at the beginning, there's complete individual videos on all of these if you want to see them in more detail. Now what I'm going to attempt to do is combine the European ones. So what we need to do, if we take this, we fold the hands in, and then it's just a case of folding these over. This is pretty much one of the legs already. That's going to connect to the top. So we're going to go with the red leg. So what we've got here, we've got a cutout there, sorry, a dowel, and then there's a dowel here. This is going to hold. There we go. That's going to be one of the feet. And then we need to do the same with Flame. So we're going to take the sword out of Flame's hand. We're going to fold the legs over. The roof is already folded over. I need to tuck away the hands, obviously, like so, and leave that to one side. Let's take this, and again, same principle, pop it in, and there we go. So once we've got this here now, what we're going to do, we're going to take Gripper, and this is the only time that I've seen this figure with the arms out, because of course it's going to be in the combined mode. So what we need to do is we're going to take the legs very carefully and fold them down like so, just like an old-fashioned Gestalt, like Bruticus Onslaught the Combiner. We're going to leave them arms out like so. I'm going to pop this carefully on the top. You can see that's just catching this windscreen, so what I need to do is just move it out of the way. It does fit on, as I say. They pretty much, well, they are supposed to. It's weird because obviously in Japan they were supposed to combine, but I've never done this. This has never been done before, so I'm hoping I'm not going to damage anything. Nope, it's slotted over with a bit of effort, shall we say. The hands, it doesn't come with any of the hands either, obviously. All of the hands came as part of weapons with the other figures. So the fists were these. These could also double up as normal handguns for the individual bots, like so. If I just put this in this hand, there you go. So they would be normal blasters. You can see that I'm piecing all these together, so I need to get some more weapons and accessories, but I've got a spare head. That's the most important part. So let's fold this up, fold these around the side. There's a tab there and there's a tab here, so it doesn't have the chest bit, but that's, I suppose, the European version one. If I take the great big shield off the front, this also came with blacker, which the European equivalent is gripper. So it had so many more accessories. As you can tell, I've never took this off here either, not since displaying it, so nice and careful. It doesn't look too bad, does it? Is it going to fit in? It should do. Let me line it all up. Oh, I'm knocking absolutely everything off here. The joys of doing things for the first time on camera without a practice run. Anyway, I think I've hopefully answered Pathosis's question, and hopefully, as I say, educated you guys with something as well. What I mentioned earlier was the combined swords. So there's 3 there, which their fists come out. Of course it has. So there's the 2 small swords and the others, and they just combine together to make the giant sword. Oh, I'm not having much luck now, am I? But anyway, I'm gonna end the video there, because I'm sure you'll agree that that's pretty much all we need to do for this particular comparison video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know what you thought in the comments, guys. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.